Hello! As you may know, if you have been here for a while, I absolutely love ink and wash flowers. Love, 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 love. I absolutely love it. But one of the things that might happen when we are doing line and wash flowers is that we tend to tense up a little bit too much, kind of holding it too tight to get those small lines to do what we want. So in this video I'm going to show you a small exercise that you can do before diving into your line and washes to loosen up your wrist. Let's dive in. Now we're all set up and I want to show you an exercise called one line drawing. And I've brought a few wild flowers from my garden. And I'm just going to use one Fineliner for this. It's a 01. And the trick is that we want to keep this as fluid as possible. So really just doing these flowers into one go without lifting the pen from the paper. And this will really force us to not fixate on small details, but just work in bigger motions. And I might put some watercolor on as well, but we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna start with this one. I have no idea what it is, but just putting my pen down, and I know this will be a tricky thing for me as well. So it has these small blooms here, going back here as well, and then it has kind of a funny shape here with a lot of texture, which is actually really fun to do in an exercise like this, because texture is kind of just doodles really. And then we have a stem going there and going up. So that is the first flower, and you can lift of course before going into the next one. This is the next one, and you can see how this is I think it's a Queen Anne's lace actually, just in a very wilted version. It has these very cute things here below, and then it has this very iconic shape. So we're going to try that next, and I put it, I think maybe here. So let's see how that goes. That's a lot of texture as well, but also these lines. So you really have to just think in what is the main characteristics of this flower. You have the texture and the lines. Quite a lot of lines here, but also texture. Not lifting the pen while we are doing this. Trying to get some of these almost to be free flowing, so just to create a little bit of movement. And then we want to have these here at the bottom. And a stem as well. I'm going to put that here behind just to get this movement. So that is working really well. And then finally we have this is a yellow flower, and I'm actually not sure what this is called, just like with the first one. But this one has quite a lot more detail, and a bug from the Queen Anne's lace. I think I'm gonna put it kind of like here to, well, let's see what happens. But again, don't lift your pen, but just creating these circles, which are all kind of ovals because we are seeing them from the side. And I constantly try to just find ways to combine them, just because I'm not I'm trying not to lift. You actually get quite a lot more flow in your sketches, as you can see. This is a already quite organic looking, I think. But it can be tricky, especially with flowers that has quite a lot of detail, like this one. Let's see, a small petal here of leaf. I think this one could have a bunch of flowers here as well. Just because that looks kind of cool. And then when I get down to here, I actually want to get some of the greens to cover up some of this as well, just to create some harmony in this sketch. I love how line and wash is really so simple. You can only film for 5.5 minutes and you can already see this is turning out to be something really special. Well, in my opinion. I think wildflowers are wonderful for this technique because they are already so well wild and loose and just incredible. There's a lot more, of course, going on here. Now I lifted, so now that means I'm done with the sketch. I think this is really beautiful, and I want to add just a little bit of watercolor as well. So I'm going to add a bit of green, I think, to this, maybe the yellow here. And let's see, these are there's actually quite a lot of green in this, but I would say it's a warm yellow, but with green touches. So just adding a little bit of that. Again, working really fast to stay in the zone. And then I'm gonna put some sap green in these. You could almost do this in without lifting your brush as well, just to keep it flowy and in the tone of the sketch as well. I think this is really beautiful. I absolutely love this sketch already. I think it's so beautiful how much we can do in so little time just by letting nature kind of flow through us and create art in the making. It's wonderful. It's the magic of inspiration, I think. Just adding a touch of green to these stems. I know they're brown, so just adding a little bit. And this, by the way, is a size 4 Davinci brush, which I think is perfect for this style. And actually a brush I'm starting to sell very soon. So if you're looking for something to wish for Christmas, then don't wait too long and I will have a web shop coming up. That is quite exciting. Where I will be selling line and wash beginner courses, or not courses, line and wash beginner kits. I have a ceramics, wonderful ceramics artist creating custom palettes, and I have a watercolor paint maker making custom watercolor paints as well, and oh, so wonderful. More on that later, don't worry. It won't be able to get me to shut up when I start to talk about that. But here we are getting closer to a finished sketch. You can see, I think this is really beautiful. I'm actually going to put a few yellow splatters here and a few green ones, tying it all together, making a making it all wildflower-ish. And that is it. I absolutely love this, and the concept of the exercises, of course, use your Fineliner, but don't lift it from the paper. Super easy, and I can't wait to see what you create. And please share it in the Facebook group that is here below the video, so you can share your work, and we can see what you create. I can't wait to see it. I hope that little exercise will help you loosen up a little bit, and it's just wonderful to feel how much freer your flowers will be when you start loosening up and relaxing in your sketches and not tensing up and grabbing your pen too tight. So I really hope you will try this exercise. And if you want to dive even more into line and wash sketches, I have a beginner class, and it's actually, if you're watching this in September 2023, it's actually on sale right now. 50% off, which is, I don't know, I know it's crazy, but I wanted to prepare as many as possible before we are diving into Floral October, which is, well, in October. So I put this on sale so many as you as possible can get all these fantastic techniques into your hands. And I also cover mindset and how to read references, and just show you quite a lot of real-time tutorials as well. So check that course out if you want to dive even more into line and wash sketches. And now I want to wish you a wonderful day. Have a fantastic one, and I hope you too can create some beautiful sketches in the day as well. Have fun, and I will see you around.